top of this, rail workers say, like, they often have to request time off months in advance. But how can you request time off if you don't know when you're going to get sick? Because who the fuck knows when they're going to get sick? Who the fuck knows when their kid is going to get sick, or their partner, or their fucking mom, or their, like, whatever. You can't plan an emergency. That's not an emergency.
Right.
Then that's a fucking trip. And this is why, like, the reason that Congress and Biden are so fucking scared is that a rail strike would cost the U.S. economy $2 billion a day. And is that a lot of money? Would that hurt the U.S. economy? Absolutely. But the U.S. economy exists to hurt workers. People who are mad at rail workers for potentially going on strike, you're not mad at workers. You're mad at the concept of an economy that can only exist by literally working people to death. And I'm not kidding, because there are people who have died of heart attacks, died of exposure, because people have to work in, like, negative temperatures. They also have to work in 100-degree temperatures without access to shelter or water. Like, people are dying on the job, and still, it's not good enough to give them a few sick days. And honestly, that would have been enough to just, that much of a release valve would have given them that space, but they couldn't even do that. So I think there are a lot of people that I'm hearing in the, you know, in kind of the Rail Workers United comments that I'm privy to, which are not, of course, all of them, because I'm not a rail worker. But they're saying, fuck these people. Fuck these assholes. We asked for the bare minimum just to fucking survive. And they were like, can't do it. Sorry, won't do it. Can do it. Won't do it. Go fuck yourself.
And now they've gotten the U.S. government to step in, still a Democratic Senate, House, and presidency to step in and fuck over the workers. Mm-hmm. And they were all ready to do that. You said that the whole economy is built on exploiting workers. And, you know, I like to talk about the multiple layers of reality. You have the surface layer, which is what I was just reading from CNBC. And you're getting down to some of the deeper layers. And then there's a deeper layer of, like, you have the ruling class, which does not work nearly as hard as they expect the working class to work. There's no way that I don't give a fuck when Jeff Bezos wakes up in the morning. He's not working as hard as a fucking rail worker. I can tell you that right now. You know, the ruling class makes 100 times what an average rail worker makes, or whatever. You know, I'm making up numbers, but it's probably far more than 100 times what I see, you know, than compared to what a CEO makes. And that exploitation is standard in the American capitalist system. And then you go down to even a layer below that, and you get into the fact that why the fuck do we have an economy? And I'm sorry, sometimes I repeat this on live streams, but an economy set up so that people devote a third of their lives or more to a job they hate. Like, that is not how the world needs to work. In fact, it didn't work that way until a couple hundred years ago. And now we just say, oh, that's just the norm. You wake up, you go and do a job you fucking despise, and then you come home and you try and rent back your weekends from corporate America. You try and work so hard 5 days a week that you get 2 days to actually live the life you want. It's insanity.
Because the fear of change, it becomes less scary than the fear of things staying the same. And I think when you get to that point, fuck you. Okay, put me in jail. Maybe I'll sleep. Like, and I think that's where we're at right now. And so I obviously can't tell and I wouldn't, these rail workers how they should act or what to do. But I would say this, like, first of all, there are people who have your back. Folks are asking about donations, and I'm gonna tell folks how they can support. But also, like, this is you have this power, and this is just evidence of that. The fact that they're telling you it's illegal means that they're fucking terrified of you. And if you went on strike anyway, what are they going to do? Send Biden to work the railroads? No, they don't know how to fucking do it. And I know you're going to bring up the FAA. They, unlike with air traffic control, there's nobody else they can get to do it. This is specialized fucking work that takes a long time to train for. And so they have nothing, they can't do anything. So either way, the shit gets stalled. And then the ball is very much in their court. Are you going to keep these people in jail? Or are you going to give them the measly basic human rights that they're asking for and let them get back to work? Because if you take the time to train new people, that's months of time that your economy is shit. So really, you call their bluff. Call their fucking bluff. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. And I'm not a rail worker, so I'm not trying to say that I am in a place to But that's what I would say.
It's all great points. You wanted to give a website?
You can donate at www.railroadworkers United.
You know what's crazy is earlier you nailed it when you first started talking.
Did you notice the pregnant pause? I go railroad workers. If I put the in there, there
was a pregnant pause. I'd say with triplets.
You don't have to rub it in. I'm doing the best I can.